So, towards session 5, towards a constitution. How should we as project management revolutionaries move towards a constitution for change and variety amongst project management practices? So in a paper I'll present at this conference tomorrow afternoon, I will set out an argument for an open source body of knowledge for project management. This is one way I suggest practitioners intervene. We as practitioners intervene in the developmental processes of the project management body of knowledge and in a sense engineer it to become more open, equitable and domain specific. The complete argument I set it in the paper. The paper's called 21st Century Project Management equals Open Source Body of Knowledge. But in this session, I'm going to cut to the chase and explain what I propose as a mechanism for delivering liberty, equity, and democracy to project management. The democratization of the workforce through project management is thankfully more sophisticated than mobilizing the workforce to vote on every decision. My proposal involves 4 basic principles. A bottom-up approach to decision making, that is, you involve the experts at the front. A horizontal domain view of project management rather than the current hierarchical, we strive to attain the one best way discipline approach, as previously described. An open source approach to building a body of knowledge, and a culture that celebrates anonymous reporting. Now, points 1, 2, and 4 I'll expand on in the paper presented tomorrow. But the most revolutionary point, that is open source body of knowledge for project management, I'm going to outline here. So open source means much, much more than being free to access. A guy called Paul Giamalvo, in an article in Project Management Today, has previously called for the PMoz to be placed in the public domain. However, I suggest it can be an open source project management body of knowledge, an OS PMoz, which can be enabled by collaborative technologies to evolve openly and transparently and be distributed freely. One way of commencing this activity is to follow on from an example much like that of software development industry, which has collaboratively developed a manifesto for agile software development. Now, this manifesto is a general statement of principles that the industry has informally agreed should underpin agile software development. A variety of representative bodies of the various domains could be involved in directing and developing the new OS PMoz. The various domains, such as health, engineering, agriculture, media, and so on, would develop their own knowledge libraries. Of course, each can look at each other's, which capture the concepts and practices that are pertinent to the management of projects in their particular domain. As this figure shows, a knowledge library would be underpinned by its own source evidence, which might comprise empirical research or case studies, the purpose of which is to transparently demonstrate the evidence-based legitimacy of each of the features of the knowledge library. Clearly, the Internet would be a good collaborative tool for distributing and contributing to the OS PMoz, with regularly elected representative bodies having oversight of the process of building each knowledge library. Everyone would have access to the knowledge libraries and the source evidence. A feature, that is, a component part of a knowledge library, can be submitted by anyone, along with source evidence, to one of the elected committees that has oversight of a domain knowledge library. Following the review of the source evidence and the relevancy of the feature to the domain, the Oversight Committee reject or accept the feature into the main library collection. But the interesting thing here is that this process takes place in a transparent manner. It happens on the web. The wiki type structure would have perhaps the actual official knowledge library on the front page, and the back page you'd be able to see what has been submitted and how the review has been conducted, and you'd be able to contribute to that as well. Anyone can see what's submitted and how the acceptance process unfolds. Anyone who is charged with managing a project is then able to browse through the various domain knowledge libraries for a project management process that would suit their situation. So our meeting at the coffee house at Clifton's here in Brisbane draws to a close. We humans are struggling with project work, and various institutions and agencies are marketing their solutions to us. However, the market is not free and open, but rather it's an oligopoly. To some, it even appears to be a monopoly. The intention of this workshop has been to reflect on this matter and to, frankly, wind ourselves up about the state of project management to such a point that we, in any way possible, take action. There are problems with the definition of a project. We don't all experience projects in the same way. We've seen that from our workshop activities here this afternoon. When aspects of the project work become burdened with uncertainty, we're told to call them complex projects, and there are even more problems with this. Furthermore, projectistan, the corporate land where we live, puts pressure on us to behave in a particular way in order to survive and get promoted. To survive, we need to look into control. To survive, we need to look in control even when we aren't. And to claim that some of our project successes are down to large amounts of luck would be, frankly, professional suicide. Why should we put up with this manipulation, this stress, this insincere way of working, as if project work isn't hard enough? Let's take charge of the marketplace and share freely our successful strategies. Any project manager around the world faced with a troublesome project matter should be able to draw on possible tried and tested solutions. We ask for no more and no less. I'm happy to take questions and to facilitate an open discussion next. Now, as for your attention and frankly great engagement throughout this workshop, I thank you very much.